Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars. Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars.
Hi, welcome back, man. It's Wiggle. If you're new here, please subscribe and smash that thumbs up button. In today's video, we're going to talk about vocal processing principles. And as the most important element in the track, it is very important that every word is intelligible. Okay, so I realize that we all have the same basic tools, and those basic tools are level, dynamic range control, EQ, and time-based effects. Okay, and the biggest difference is knowing how to work with these tools. That's the biggest difference between the first mix engineer and the next guy. Okay, so I have a lead vocal here, and we're gonna dive right into working with these basic tools. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to put these ingredients together, come out with a tasteful meal, something that everybody will enjoy. Okay, so let me make sure everything here is and then we'll go through them one by one. So here's the vocal.
Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars. Pick your spot and set up, do what only you can do.
All right, so the vocal needs some help. It's being bullied and buried by pretty much everything. Okay, so the first basic tool, which is the fundamental tool, as we already talked about, is the level. So the plugin that you're looking at here is being used just to set the level right, and also setting a high pass filter for me. Okay, so before,
take a walk on the boulevard.
After,
take a walk on the boulevard.
Okay, so I'm pushing for 18 dB. So I wanted the vocal to be right around 18 dB. But another thing that a lot of people don't talk about, you always err on the side of too loud instead of too quiet when recording anything. So I'm always shooting for negative 18 dB. But if I am hovering below 18 dB way too much, I'll turn it up some more until I'm more or less either at 18 dB or a little bit over 18 dB. I don't want to be spending too much time. I don't want the vocal spending too much time below 18 decibels, negative 18 decibels. Okay, so that's pretty much what's going on here with this one. So your next basic tool are dynamic control tools. Okay, so we're usually talking about compressors and de-essers, limiters, and things to that nature. So in front of us here, we have two compressors. We have a VCA and a FET compressor. So this is slower and more transparent. This is faster and more colored. Okay, both of them doing slow attack, fast release, and the reason why we're not doing fast attack is because we want the articulation of the vocal to come through. We want you to be able to understand what this man is saying or singing about. Okay, so the first one is doing a little bit more compression since it's so transparent, so we can hit it harder and not be too colored.
Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars.
All right, and the next one is doing a little bit less compression, but is also doing that fast compression.
Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars. Pick your spot and set up, do what only you can do.
And right after that, we have another form of compression, which is a de-esser. So we have it set right around 8K, and it's doing, I'm usually conservative when it comes to using de-essers, so this is not doing much. Here it is.
Take a walk on the boulevard. Find your place among the stars. Pick your spot and set up. Do what only you can do.
All right, and the next tool in our toolkit is an EQ. So whenever I see an EQ, I see a 4-part tool. Okay, so I have my sub frequency range, sub frequencies from, I want to say 20 hertz to 90 hertz. And then you have your low mids from 90 hertz to 500. And then you have your mid-range frequencies from 500 to 2K. And then you have your higher mid frequencies from 2K to, I want to say 6K. And then you have your high frequencies from 6K and on. When you want to say 6K to 20 to 30K, it goes on. It goes up. So right around here from, I want to say 10K and up, you have your airy frequencies. From 10 to 6K, you have your S's and T's, all your sibilants, all right over here. So in this range right here from 2K to 6K, you have your, I want to say, enunciation, your articulation is in this range. As you can see, I'm boosting 5.5K just so I can get a little more out of his, articulation. So in this area right here, in this band, this group of frequencies is right around this area, right around 1-ish K-ish. You'll find most vocals fundamental frequencies, okay? So we're boosting a little bit over here just to get more out of his fundamental frequencies. And right below it, right around 600 to 700 is your nasally frequencies. So these right here, if you have a problematic vocal that sounds nasally and chesty, you want to come down here in this range, this 600 to 400. So right around 400 down here, 400, I want to say 300 hertz is your room tone, that chest frequency. I'm also notching out a little bit of 3.5, 375, 375 hertz right there, just so I can get rid of that room tone that, it's nasty. We don't want it. Okay. So right over here is, this is the warmth frequency. If you have, female vocals usually ask for this right here. And the gentleman here, he doesn't have a lot of this right here. So I figure I'd give him a little boost of that warmth that sit with your chest. Not this, but that, this is so much different than these chest frequencies right here. This is warm, this is body, this is reinforcement for his vocal. Okay? And these are the subs which we don't need. So before in the curve, it looks crazy. Sometimes your curve will look crazy. Don't worry about what it looks like. Use your ear to mix. Close your eyes and just boost frequencies or cut. Okay? So before?
Take a walk on the boulevard. Find your place among the stars.
After?
Take a walk on the boulevard. Find your place among the stars. Pick your spot and set up. Do what only you can do.
All right, very aggressive. Okay, so now it's ready to compete with these mid-rangey, guitars and what have you. Okay, So our next tools are the time-based effects. So I have an EMT plate here that we're using as well. And so this one is set to the middle tone. So this one is dark tone, less dark, and brighter, much brighter. And I should also point out that we're using a low shelf to lower some of the low frequencies out of the reverb, and there's a high shelf where we're using that as well to EQ a little bit of highs out of the reverb. That way we don't have S's splashing around that room, that plate. And we're also using pre-delay just so I can back the reverb off of his vocal just a little bit. That way the reverb is not so much on top of him. The reverb comes right after he says something. You may not hear it, but the reverb comes right after he says something. And that's what the reverb sounds like.
Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars, pick your spot and set up, do what only you can do. It's all the eyes they well up.
Right, that's the EMT 140 plate. The other time-based effects is a delay, and it is set at a quarter note delay, and this is what that sounds like.
Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars, pick your spot and set up, do what only you can do. It's all the eyes they well up, and all the smiles.
All right, and the last but certainly not least is parallel processing. So I have a few parallel processing set. So we have air for a little bit more of the high end, body. So parallel compression for vocals usually taking care of the body, giving that vocal some more reinforcement. And this one says bright, but it's doing a lot more than brighten. It's doing a lot more. So we're not going to go through that today. I'll just turn them on and play them for you so you can hear what they're doing. Okay, so let's do the air first.
Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars, pick your spot and set up.
Before.
Take a walk on the boulevard.
After.
Take a walk on the boulevard.
Compression, parallel compression.
Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars.
All right, and a bright vocal.
Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars, pick your spot and set up, do what only you can do.
I'm not sure I have a video on vocal compression, parallel compression, but if I do, all those links are in the description below if you want to check out the video for how to set up your air parallel processing for vocal. If you want to set this one for as a parallel processing for vocal, as well as parallel compression for vocal, all those links are in the description if you want to check out those other videos. Okay. So this is time to play a before and after, and then I'll let you go. Okay? Before?
Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars, pick your spot and set up, do what only you can.
I want you to pay attention to walk and amongst the stars.
Take a walk on the boulevard, find your place among the stars.
Walk is too loud. Among the stars is way too low. One more time. Just pay attention to walk and amongst the stars.
Take a walk on the boulevard. Find your place among the stars.
Among the stars. Okay. Now keep those two phrases in mind. Take a walk among the stars. After.
Take a walk on the boulevard. Find your place among the stars.
Again.
Take a walk on the boulevard. Find your place among the stars.
Nice and strong, you know, no words left out. You're able to make out everything that he's saying. Now, you may still have a long way to go because you still have pitch correction to do. You still have limiting and leveling to do. You may still have automation to do. You may still have referencing to do. But this is a great start, okay? This is a great use of those basic fundamental tools to get you well on your way to great sounding vocal. All right?